Hi, welcome back. The other day I did a video on a Canik TP9SFX that I'd watched a friend operate, and I was very curious about the gun, so I picked one up and really thought it was a good shooting pistol. Very comfortable, very easy to shoot. I'm a Glock person. I have a love-hate relationship with Glock. I love a lot of features about the Glock, and I hate some of the features about a Glock. The grip angle is my #1 gripe. It is very unlike any other grip on the market, you know, as far as grip angle goes. And I like to carry consistent manual of arms, and that includes grip angle. And so, you know, I find that when something comes out that I really like, I tend to sell, trade, swap Glocks for it. Then I hate what I have and I want Glock again, and I spend a fortune to get all my guns back. So that's been a vicious cycle for 20 years, 25 years. So anyhow, long story short is I really like that Canik. I wondered what their TP9DA was like. It has about a 4-inch barrel. It's, you know, it's kind of a carry size. Maybe it's a little big for carry, but I'm a larger person, and I find it easy. You know, I carry a Glock 20, so this is quite a bit smaller than my Glock 20. But I wanted to see it. I wanted to handle it. I wanted to see what it was like. So this is it. All right, this is the Canik TP9DA. The DA stands for double action trigger. It's not double action only, it's actually double action first shot, single action after that if you choose to decock the weapon. So this is the opening of the box. Warranty card, manual, patch brush, you know, a bore brush, paddle holster that doubles as a belt holster. You do have a second size grip on it. Here you have this is a second size grip insert. You have a mag loader. All right, you've got a trigger lock, and here you've got an extra pin. So you have a safety plug for the chamber and a spare magazine that's 18 rounds. I don't know, kind of a crappy holster. It comes with a retaining strap that, you know, you get rid of those because you can't carry a gun with a strap around the grip on it. It'll get you killed. It's got a retention device here. It works off of tension. You just pull it and it'll release. It locks onto the front of the trigger guard inside. It's multi-position paddle, so you can adjust it and get the paddle where you want it. This is an excellent weapon. I just, you know, touching it, working the action, it seems, you know, really well made. In my previous video, I addressed tooling marks. I didn't see any tooling marks in the TP9SFX. This has a nice finish on it. There's no visible tooling marks on the outside. 18 round magazine. Again, the magazines are Beretta tubes, it looks like, proportionally and dimensionally, with the exception of the mag catch cut. There's no difference. The firearm's unloaded. You've got a standard slide release, standard mag release. The trigger is very unique on these. It's like a Walther P99. On this weapon, you can see it's got the cocked indicator. So this is your decocker. When I depress the decocker, you can see it decocks the striker without firing the weapon. Now, when I squeeze the trigger, I can squeeze the trigger and you can see it cocks that mechanism, releases it, fires the weapon would cycle. Once it's cycled, that striker is fully cocked. The second shot is just to release the trigger like 1/10 of an inch, squeeze it again, and it fires the weapon. So, excellent thing about this gun, it has a restrike capability. So if you were shooting and you had a dud cartridge and your life depended on it, you just squeeze the trigger again before having to cycle the slide. So it has a second strike capability. Now, the way this trigger works, so if you fire the first time, double action, this slide would cycle, reset. Second shot is single action. Just release it to here, fire single action. All right. When you finish firing, you can let the trigger all the way out, depress your decocker, returns the trigger to the double action position, and then it would be a full double action trigger pull that's cocking the firing mechanism in order to fire it. Now, one thing that's really strange about this gun is when you cycle the slide, let's say you chamber your first cartridge, and you don't decock it and you're going to carry it in single action mode, the first depression of the trigger pull, when you depress the trigger for the first time, maybe you can hear it. It slides back and it's got this strange like reset click in it, but it's where the trigger then falls into the single action position and then it would fire. But on that first shot, you're going to get that little click, and it's more annoying than anything. You know, it's nothing that affects the function. So I'm going to get this gun. I'm going to take it apart and do a very detailed technical video on how the firing mechanism works, how everything else works in it, and then we're going to shoot it. I'm going to run a lot of rounds through this very quickly just to see how it works. So come back and see me. Subscribe. You know, leave a message in the comments if you want me to do anything special. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. I would love to be able to answer whatever I could for you. Thank you very much.